Hello everyone and welcome back to another must-see beautiful attacking chess game from the history of chess. So in this chess game we have Gilles Andruet with the white pieces, who was the chess champion of France from 1988, and his opponent was Boris Spassky with the black pieces. Unfortunately, Boris Spassky has passed away at the age of 88. He died recently, only a few days ago, on February 27, 2025, so he was 88 years old. Boris Spassky was the 10th official world chess champion, and he was also one of my favorite attacking chess players of all times. So I will dedicate this week to Boris Spassky and to his chess games, so I'm going to show many more Boris Spassky chess games in this week, so that's the plan. And Boris Spassky's opponent, by the way, Gilles Andruet, was a strong international chess master. As I said, he was the chess champion of France. Unfortunately, he also passed away, but he died at the young age of 37. He was murdered in 1995, only for the records. So this chess game was played in 1988 when Andruet became the chess champion of France. So I want to check out this incredibly beautiful chess game from the perspective of Boris Spassky. So Spassky had the black pieces. Andruet starts the game with d4 and knight to f6, c4, and we have the Bogo-Indian defense. Bishop to b4, bishop to d2, exchanging, and then d5. So developing the knight, castling, e3, queen to e7, rook over, and then queen to c2, developing the knight, c takes on d5, e takes on d5, developing the bishop, and knight to f8, shifting the knight to the king side for using the knight as an important attacking unit against the enemy king. So knight to g6 was Boris Spassky's idea. Knight to e2, c6, defending the c-pawn, and then castling. The position is for about equal. We haven't seen any opening disasters by both of the players. So knight to g6, knight to g3, and then rook over, queen to c5, hoping to exchange the queens. But Spassky is keeping the queens on the board, which means keeping some of the tactical ideas still available and making this chess game potentially an entertaining tactical feast than a boring, simplified endgame. Exciting chess already by Boris Spassky. At least his idea, his mindset was exciting. So Spassky liked tactical attacking chess. So we have knight back, knight to d2. So white wants to open the game with opening the center, retreating the knight, so he might want to support on e4. But here comes knight to h4. This is allowing knight to h4, exclamation point, getting closer to the king. Spassky's knight hops in to h4. So b6, a6, b4, a6, sporting on b5. a4, bishop to d7, and sporting the c-pawn and rook over, and Andruet wants to blast open the queen side this time. Knight to g4, the other knight hops in. Both knights of Spassky looks menacing near the white king. So Spassky's position is looking a little bit more threatening. The other knight is also hopping in. So they all look menacing, and we have queen to c2, so defending the h-pawn, g6, and b5, takes, and h5, b takes on c6, simply b takes on c6, and rook over, and queen to f6, and it looks even more threatening right now. So Boris Spassky is attacking on f2, so knight goes back, defending on f2 with the queen, but Boris Spassky's every move is going to be a threat. So here comes the first threat, rook to a3, exclamation point. So Boris Spassky wants to capture the bishop. Rook takes bishop, queen takes rook, and then queen takes on f2, moving the king, and queen takes on g2, lights out, checkmate. Also, these two knights are supporting the attack against the king perfectly. So we have rook goes up, defending. So this time, can you guess the very strong move of Boris Spassky? He played a very strong move. Okay, Spassky played c5, and this was a very beautiful move by Boris Spassky. Spassky executed this move at the perfect time. This was the top engine move, which gives black a serious positional advantage. White has a difficult position, and now Spassky is threatening to push the pawn, trapping the bishop, squeezing his opponent, and in this very difficult position, Andruet captured the pawn. So actually, bishop to b5 would be more resisting, but in this position, this was a difficult position for white. So Andruet captured the c-pawn, d takes on c5, but here comes knight to e5, attacking the bishop. So white is no longer defending on e5, knight to e5, attacking. So bishop to b5, defending. But now can you guess the next move of Spassky again? His next move was an incredible move. Okay, so Boris Spassky played queen to f3 and his opponent resigned. What a beautiful, amazing final move by Boris Spassky. The white king is under siege and there is no defense after this brilliant final move by Boris Spassky, the 10th world chess champion. So he's threatening checkmate. Queen takes on g2. What an incredible, brilliant final move. Well, white had to resign, so white resigned. The possible continuation, if capturing the queen, how would you capture it? Of course, with the e knight. If capturing with the h knight, that would be a blunder, because after knight takes on f3, the king can't escape to g2. The knight is covering on g2. And after moving the king, can you see the move? Bishop to h3, of course, and there is no defense. So both knights is combining perfectly. Also, the bishop is combining very well. Both these three pieces combines perfectly against the king. So the knight is also, the knight on f3 is covering on g1, and the knight on h4 is covering on g2. And the threat is bishop to g2, checkmate. So bishop takes rook, and then bishop to g2, checkmate. So after this amazing move by Spassky, his opponent resigned. So if something like this is going to get checkmated. White is getting checkmated and there is no defense. So capturing the queen is also not going to work because of this. Bishop to h3 and white is helpless. There is no escape. Bishop takes rook and then bishop to g2, checkmate. So okay, rest in peace to Boris Spassky, and this was an immortal chess game of Boris Spassky, who was also known as a very beautiful person. He was a gentleman, a sportsman, one of the most incredible gentlemen in the history of chess. A great person, a great man. So rest in peace to Boris Spassky, and condolences to his family and to his loved ones. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I will dedicate this week to Boris Spassky, and hopefully I'm going to show many more Boris Spassky chess games in this week. So that's the plan. So do take care, stay safe, and bye bye.